Hey guys, how y'all doing? Welcome everyone. Tonight we'll be discussing the news now used in motion for the bond revocation. He'll be going to court tomorrow morning at 9 o'clock Central in Harris County, Texas. I'd like to also mention that news that he has been sent to an invitation to join us once we're finished here. And that's about it. Just like to welcome everybody. Hey, Frog, Nathan, how you doing?
Evening, Anon. Evening, Navy.
Hello. Good evening. Am I late? Just got started, huh? And there's Alex.
Hey, Alex.
Hey, everybody.
Hi,
Hey,
Alex.
So, big day tomorrow.
Well, let's see. Can always be reset again.
Yeah, yeah, that's true. I just got here. Did hear that the invite went out? Do you think to Tweedledee, Tweedledum?
I'm pretty sure it's gone out. The invitation has gone out, but we're going to discuss and go through what we have, and then if he wants, then we'll send the link. I just don't want to send the link and then So where do you want to start first, Nathan? Do you want to start with Frog's video first?
Yeah. What I think. How about this? Can we pull up one more time the bond revocation sheet, and then just kind of go over the items, and then dive into, I guess, one by one. Take a look at them.
Yeah. Well, we can do that. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, you got it on your machine? I don't have it. I don't think I have it. I don't think I have the sheet. There you go. Let's see. As everybody knows, bond is an agreement. They have something that you want. You have something that they want. It's kind of a deal. Hey, look, you want your freedom while we're waiting for the case to go to trial. So we'll let you out if you agree to these conditions. I think we need to zoom in a little bit more if we could, or maybe it's just me. You're maxed out, huh? There you go. And so the defendant or the accused is kind of eager to agree to these stipulations, and most of the time people adhere to them stringently because they don't want to, go back to jail or have their bond revoked. Just common sense, they're on their best behavior, so to speak. And so they're not, I don't know, out at 4 in the morning, traipsing around at, fucking with people while they're trying to sleep, get ready for work in the morning, shining flashlights around, fucking with people, shit like that, trying to get, baiting them into getting the police call for their own little amusement, or I guess their YouTube channels for clicks and views. So behavior comes, no, but that's just behavior. But now specific behavior is itemized, and we're looking at, this is kind of poorly written. The first 1, 2, 3, 4. The first one is, I wish I could read that better.
It's on Frogs, but I could read it. I think I can read it from here if you want me to, Nathan. What would you like me to read there? You got it?
I think I got it now. Yeah, it's pretty straightforward. I see it now. The defendant, they're okay. As part of the terms of conditions that, I guess that's for the sex offender registry, that he violated those conditions of the sex offender registry by being within 1,000 feet of a child safety zone school. Not once on March 31st, but also again on March 21st. There's 2, and we're going to later on. Well, probably real soon here. We're going to jump into both of those dates and see exactly what they were up to those 2 dates, and kind of see what they were getting at. They being, I guess, the county officials, what they're saying that they violated. And then on March 22nd, which would be the day after, 21st incident, they went to the LaPorte police station, and they're accusing him, or they're saying that he violated the provision that a felon cannot be in possession of a firearm. And then the fourth one, the defendant shared contents of basically a sealed case involving the Child Protective Services on his YouTube channel. And it says on December, what does that say? Just says December 2020, sometime in December. And we think, we're not positive, of course, but we think we've kind of isolated that event. And we can just go over these items, and anybody that I guess in the chat will probably have, I don't know if Anon wants to open up later on to I guess take the position of the other side, and we're hoping that maybe Earl will come on, doubtful, or Patty, hopeful. But anyway, that's kind of where we are. That's what this is about in preparation for the big show tomorrow. Because Earl has court tomorrow on these items. And that's where we are. We lost Frog.
Oh, we lost Frog. Oh, there he is. I got him.
Does that sound about right? Anon, Alun, Frog? Alex?
Hang on, Nathan. There are two. I didn't hear. Did you say 4 or 5? Because there are 5.
I was thinking 4. Are there 5?
No, there are 5 because there's the breach in the bond conditions for having the firearm, and then there's the second one of committing the offence of a felon in possession of a gun. So they're two separate items. So there's 5 breaches on there.
There you go. Yeah, you're right.
Hang on, I did send you another picture which may come up clearer if you have to go back. I sent it to you on Discord. Okay.
Yeah, that's right, Frog. I forgot about that. Yeah, on the weapons violation, there's 2. One in bond violation, then also violating a state law. The other thing was a state law. 2 things there, and that indicates to me, and should indicate to Earl, that they're not fucking around. That they're going to put everything out there, and they've had enough. That's how I would interpret it, But anyway.
Yeah, I think your video, Frog, is even clearer yet. So maybe we'll do your video next.
There you go.
We'll do the video because it goes through the whole thing. We can pause the video if you guys want, and we could hit the points on the video too, Nathan.
That's great. It's a pretty quick video. I think we can. Isn't it, Frog? It's like a minute or 2, huh? So we can.
Yeah. It just lets the viewers read it again, I suppose.
Yeah, and it's a lot closer and a lot clearer also, so people can see it. Yeah. Yeah, see, that's a lot clearer. Okay, I'm going to play you guys.
This needs no commentary. I'll just let you read through the document.
Cue the music. We need music.
Yeah, we need music.
Yeah, that's much clearer. I can see it. I can actually read that. So there's one, 1,000 feet on March 31st, within 1,000 feet of a child safety zone.
Yeah.
And there's the second one, 1,000 feet child safety zone, March 21st. Then there's the defendant was in possession of a firearm, March 22nd. That's the state law that Frog was talking about. And then defendant committed. Oh no, there's the new law violation. Okay,
hang on. Yeah, so the first one is the bond violation, and so the defendant was in possession of a firearm is the bond violation, and the next line is the potential new felony, which I believe if he gets convicted of the child assault felony, will be felony number 4 if they decide to charge him with it and convict him.
And the irony behind that particular one, a new law violation, felon in possession of a firearm, is how this whole Laporte thing got started. Back in, what was it, how many years ago? The 90s, late 90s, I guess. Alex knows the date. That Earl violated his original charges by being in possession of a firearm, which basically got him put in prison. Right? That's how it kind of got started, because he was.
Yeah, he'd been convicted of rape by a jury. However, he did some deferred sentence. God knows how a rapist, and it wasn't a friend rape situation. This was a stranger rape situation with a gun involved. How anyone could have been released on that, but he was convicted and released on a deferred adjudication, I think they called it. And then he went and was caught in possession of a firearm. So,
yeah, and I want to go through what happens at the bond revocation hearing. It's different state to state. I have a screenshot of that. I'd like to show you guys. You guys want to have a look?
Yeah, sure. Yeah, see, it's very important, that little bit of information about Laporte. Why Laporte, Texas? Why Laporte, Texas? And he says, oh, because it's a racist town and they're racist cops. But this seems to me like it's a score settlement, trying to settle a score against Laporte for what he thinks they did to him by, with that weapons charge back in the 90s. That is, I guess it was a violation of probation at that time. Just,
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't believe in coincidences like this. It just, that town, it just seems kind of strange, and it's ironic. Right back where we started, or right back where he started,
Yeah, that's correct. Yeah, absolutely. So the reason I brought this up is because Alex brought this to my attention, that it's not a jury; it's done by the judge, and judge only. Correct?
Right. I've seen a lot of people in comments saying, I hope the judge finds this. I hope the jury finds this or that. But in Texas, a bond revocation is only heard by the judge. He has the final decision.
And I think it's the 5th line down. It's by the preponderance of the evidence. So it doesn't have to meet the beyond a reasonable doubt. It's a lower level of proof required.
Yep, more likely than not.
Yeah, correct. Yeah, absolutely.
Which so that's what Earl has to look forward to in the morning. So I guess if we want to, we can just start into, I don't know, the first one. Now I have, I put together 3 video clips. One of each will be on the dates in question, the 21st and the 31st, to kind of get an idea of what they're thinking in terms of the 1,000-foot violation of a child safety zone. And not to say that we're right, we all we did was just say, okay, where were they that day? And on the 21st, they were in LaPorte, and on the 31st, they were in, I guess, the Revoke section of Houston. So we have those 2 videos, and what I'd like to do is, if we have time in the agenda, to go ahead and just skip through them, if you don't mind, and give people an idea of, because it's always nice to get inside the heads of who's accusing you of doing something, and looking at it. Well, what did they see? Obviously they didn't see everything, because Earl and Patty don't show everything. What they do is they get people all riled up, and then they go live. So their most egregious actions are seldom put out live. They do the Josh Abrams model. They fuck with everybody, get them all worked up, and then they go live and say, look what's happening to us. This is horrible, fucking shit. And then play the victim. So, if I could, is that okay?
Yeah, bring it up. Sure.
Let's take and you'll have to tell me if the audio is coming through. 1 second here. Can you hear something? Can you hear that noise? They're real quiet here. Can you hear any noise? Let me switch it over 1 second. Let's see. Let me switch this over.
Naven's master controls.
Let's go to all right, you got that?
Yeah, you got it now.
There we go.
This first, if you can hear me, this is am I edible?
Yes, you are.
You're edible.
So here, this is just an example of something they call help. This is just an example of what these rascals are up to at the wee hours of the morning. And then we're going to get into their little cute little flashlights later on too. But watch now. This is, mind you, there are street lights. You can see right there. It's lit. Walking at night kind of requires that you carry something reflective or a light so that you can be seen and you can also see. You don't need these crazy gadgets that they got, but we'll get into that later. So here they are. It's nighttime. It's a little neighborhood here, and this is them. Him and their buddies walking around. Let's get through. There's no. They're not talking. They're just walking. This is what they call their little night walk.
And it looks like they are coming this way.
Let's skip to. All right, here we go. We're getting closer.
Huh?
Imagine if this was your neighborhood. 4 in the morning.
Yeah, that's pretty bright.
Pretty important to look at the tree. Oh, the car. Now we got to keep an eye on that car.
Most people, when they're walking with a torch on a footpath, which would normally be unlit, they're actually shining the torch at the footpath, aren't they?
I'm not sure.
Yeah. We're gonna go
My
forward.
tag's on in Texas.
He gets near an intersection. He makes sure he turns his light off. Look at this. Light that horn.
It's like daylight, isn't it?
What's the purpose of this? Exactly, Frog. What's the purpose
Go
of
this
that?
way.
Well, you know what the purpose is. It's to rile up the people in those houses.
Stop.
Point it
No longer walking.
up in the trees.
Up in the trees, on the houses, in the yards.
There we go, on the house again. Quick flash across, so that would be like what's going on outside. Jesus, look at that.
This is important. Listen to Patty. He runs these little. What Patty says, it's always planned. Listen to what he says here.
Or I saw an owl.
Thought I saw an owl. I thought I saw an owl.
That would certainly get a lot of attention in my neighborhood.
There he is. Again, look at this.
Oh.
Look at that beam.
Or that.
I mean, how many yards is that?
Well, that's pretty far. That's a long way.
I mean, that's longer than a football field, isn't it? One of your strange football fields.
Is that the torch that can also burn paper?
Yep. And can burn a hole in Earl's jacket. Let's go a little further. Yeah, car again, huh? Another car? Did you find another car?
Contact.
Wait, see, got contact.
And that's nowhere near their neighborhood, is it?
No, it's about,
No.
they travel
Neither
how
of
far?
them.
They're like 60 miles away to go for a walk.
This is about 10:30, isn't it? 10:30 p.m., something like that.
I don't know the time of this one. They've been out all times of night, 10:30, 1 o'clock, 3 in the morning, 4 in the morning. Anyway, so let's going through it here. Oh, there's one picture of him walking, the other guy walking. It lights up that whole tree. I think it's right there.
Here?
That's just amazing. Anyway, you get the idea.
What the hell?
Yeah.
This,
Yeah, for sure.
This is not just a normal walk in the neighborhood. This is traveling 45, 50 miles, 60 miles to someone else's neighborhood, and Patty say, "Oh, we're just out for nice," and Earl says it too. Nice. Oh, just nice night. It's a nice night for a walk. We're just out here, walk, being careful. Flashlights. They say carry flashlights. We're just being safe.
Did you say something about an intersection, Nathan? He walks up and turns his light off at an intersection.
Yeah, so that the street signs aren't visible in this. They try to hide those. They don't want people to know where they are. But it doesn't always work.
Yeah. And also, light on, light off is even more suspicious to residents, I would suggest. Because if I'm walking and using the torch to light my way, I'm not going to be turning it on and off all the time.
Right. Yeah, it's to rouse suspicion.
Mm-hmm.
Earl equated that to saying there's no difference than a headlight, your neighbor pulling into their house at night, and the headlight, kind of goes across the front of your house, kind of shines across as they're pulling in. Well, the funny thing is about, human nature and where you live, and you guys can know what I'm talking about. If you ever moved into a new place or have a new neighbor move in, or even if, you pretty much get accustomed to your environment, and 7:30 at night, you see the lights go across your window. You think, oh, that's Jim. He's getting home from work. That's normal. I see it all. And you get acclimated. You hardly notice it anymore. It's a that you're used to. But having a light come through your window at 4 in the morning and jittering all around, shining off and on, and all that great, and into cars, that's not Jim getting home from work. That's somebody fucking around outside. But anyway,
I'm going to use that well-known expression in this day and age. Of course, how many of these houses have got Ring doorbells, CCTV now, motion activated, that they're setting off as well?
Oh, Lord, I'm so sorry about that. God, did that happen? Yeah, you're right. Sorry, Frog.
That's all right. No.
Patty, it is. So here we are. This is the. Oh wait, do we have the map? Maybe we can pull that up.
Yeah, I got the map. I'll pull that up. Just a second.
Well, see what I can do is maybe let's do a split screen here. It's on the notepad, isn't it?
Yeah, I have it here. Which one you want? We got two maps here. You want the one with the two, or the one with the with just the one big one? We have two of them. Here, I'll bring one up.
Okay. I got it.
I'll just bring one up. Oh yeah, okay, you got it. Yeah. All right.
Okay, so here we go. This will work. Yeah. Move over here. There we go. Look at that. That kind of works. Okay, so this is Patty's body cam. Now, he didn't spring forward. This is on the bottom. I don't know if you could read it. It says 1:47. I believe that was actually 2:47 a.m., March 21st, 2021. And that little bit of information right there, well, that is what they try to avoid, the little street sign. But coupled with that and a few other little clues that they mentioned, number one, the dispatch kind of gave us an idea that where they were. Oh, and plus Earl went out the next day and recreated went to the scene of the crime like a bonehead, and kind of, and so now this is nitpicking, but the next one will be more clear. The 31st is more clear. But I'm trying to figure out what they were talking about on the 21st in that bond revocation. What are they talking about? Well, this is where they were. Now they could have been somewhere else that day, and we not know about it. They could have maybe they were being followed. Maybe somebody got wind of them and they didn't go live or whatever. But if this is the case, the video that Earl went and recreated had them starting. I don't know if you can see my cursor. Can you see my cursor?
Yeah, I can see that.
Yep.
At the beginning of this blue line, and that's the path that they're going to take here. The path is they walked over here, down here, over here, roused up a bunch of people here. Lady came out with a gun right around in this area. Came out with a gun because, of course, they're doing this, in their neighborhood. And so she came out with a gun. Get the fuck out of here! All this shit, and caused a big stink. And so they got the hell away from her. Went down to this corner and took a right and ended up here where they made contact. I think Patty's car was parked up in here somewhere is what they said, but we're not sure. But regardless, they were here at one point, and in order for them to be here, they had to have gone through this zone ever so slightly, or have cut through the woods or whatever, and come this way, cut through some yards. Highly unlikely. Yeah. But even if they came in from the south, they would have had to still, 1,000 feet, 1 foot, it's 1 foot over, you're kind of screwed.
And of course, they start filming while they're already walking. We still don't know how they got to the starting point. They could have been further in the 1,000-foot restriction mark. And please, people, keep in mind, this is, the middle of the night in a residential area.
Right. I don't think it matters. It's quite clear. It's 1,000 feet. It was put in there as an additional bond condition after the initial bond conditions. It's up to the the alleged offender to comply with his conditions. This one, his encroachment into the zones is pretty black and white, in my view, Navy.
Yeah, and again, how would you behave if your liberty were at stake? I would not be anywhere near a child safety zone, so to speak. And also keep in mind that we're only looking at schools. Daycares and nurseries also apply, which we didn't even take into consideration. So we don't even, we didn't even go that far. So let's take a look and see what they were doing that night on the 21st. And so they're going to start right about here, and you can see them walking this way. They're right in the corner. They're going to see a car where a guy came out, and they wanted to get the license plate off the vehicle. Then they get to the corner. Crazy lady comes out, waving a gun. They think she's drunk, but
yeah, right. I'm not shining my light at you.
Let's see where they are here.
Y'all looking in the vehicles?
Oh, you know what?
Somebody called the police and y'all have flashlights and y'all are looking in the vehicle.
This is where they.
You have a manual license?
You have reason to believe I don't?
I think this is where they already made contact. I think I have the wrong video clip.
I have one.
I can request to see it.
You can request it, but
I'm
it's ID.
it.
But it's ID.
I'm requesting it. Yes.
It's identification. And
You're openly carrying a handgun right now. I got a phone call. I'm in the neighborhood for a reason.
Okay.
They said that you had flashlights and you were looking in the vehicles. That's why I'm making contact.
Am I being detained?
Yes.
So I can't just walk off?
That's correct.
So.
Am I being detained? Yes. So I can't just walk off? No. And I'm sorry, I pulled up the wrong video. I was looking for the one where they were going out that night. Damn it. And I don't know, Alex, do you have that one? I pulled the wrong one.
We do in the room, sweetie.
Which one is it?
I have it. Just a sec.
Okay, I'm gonna let this play then until you find it when you can play yours. I'll let this play it. This is the arrest part. They did get arrested.
If I walk off,
all three of them.
What happens?
Or two of them did, right?
I'm just
Earl got arrested for walking on the roadway where sidewalk was provided.
Check this. I love this interaction. I haven't heard this. Listen to this guy. This next question. What happens if I do leave? Am I under arrest? Am I being detained? Yes. Watch what he says next.
I'm making contact.
Am I being
with you.
detained?
Yes,
So I can't just walk off?
that's correct.
So if I walk off, like, what happens?
I'm just put you in handcuffs.
You'll put me in handcuffs?
Correct.
For what reason?
I just told you, sir.
Are we detained too?
Correct.
Okay, so we can't walk off? Okay.
I just told you. I have a phone call. Okay. I'm on the line. I'll walk you up. Y'all were looking at the vehicle, which is what happens at nighttime. People start breaking the car.
Yeah,
All right,
no, you got yours?
Yeah, I found it. Yeah.
Okay. You can pull it up. Are we being detained? Yes. So I can't leave? No. And if I do, well, I'll put you in handcuffs. Just like that.
You know, that's the sort of thing that confuses me, because I think you may have a different definition of what detained means, as it needs to be explained so many times.
Wait, this isn't it. No, this isn't it, Anon.
Anon, you're looking for the one that's for March the 21st.
Oh, okay. I got the 31st. Sorry, guys.
Yeah, and then they were kind enough to go back on the 22nd and retrace their steps from the previous night so the street signs could be clearly identified.
That was beautiful. After we did all the work. Well, thanks a lot. Now they show us. Oh, shit.
It's so brainy, you know. He potentially breaches his bond conditions, films it, then goes back the next day, breaches it again, and films it. I mean, what more does the DA need?
Yeah, this is where we were. Damn it! Not only he basically says, "This is where we were," and he puts himself right in just inside the 1,000-foot buffer by his own admonition. Or his admission. So did you find it? I can't remember the name of it, for fuck's sake. Just don't.
Yeah, it's the one for Return of the Crime. Is that the one? I'm pretty sure that's it.
No, we want the night before where the crazy lady comes out, and I think it's on. You're looking on news. You're looking on Earl's stream.
The name of it is The Lying Crooked Cop Found and Arrested. Laporte.
On Patty's, right?
News Now Community.
Oh, really? Okay.
Earl's son's channel.
Correct.
Yeah. Oh.
I think I got it here. Just a sec.
All right, I'm going to mute up for a second.
The first one I had is the one, Naven. The very first one. News Now
Right,
Community.
go to the second one, and that's where he is. Just a little out of order.
Oh, I see it. Okay, I see it. Thanks, Alex.
You're welcome, sweetie.
Okay, we got it this time.
So this is the night of the walking in the roadway.
Yeah, correct. Yeah.
Yeah, doggone it.
In LaPorte, Texas, were being arrested by a sergeant.
Yeah, that's the contact point. But go ahead and play that, and we can listen to Earl talk a little bit and see what he says.
He says that there's a sidewalk over there, and we walked over here on the curb. We didn't get in the street; we were on the curb. Who's the shift lieutenant right now?
So that's where they got arrested, Nathan? Right.
Yeah, that's the same spot we were just looking at. It's just
Oh,
Earl's
you're
point
it,
of
huh?
view. And yeah, see what Earl does there? They love, and Patty does the same thing. So who's the shift lieutenant? They try to speak in law enforcement speak
LaPorte, Texas.
to make themselves sound all official.
Oh, he says that.
Yeah. So did you want the one where they did the re-steps of the walk? Is that it?
Well, yeah, I guess we'll have to. Yeah, let's do that.
Okay.
Because I think he may have pulled down the one of them actually doing it that night. So yeah, let's do the.
That would have been on the 22nd, correct?
That's correct.
Okay.
Unless,
He might have taken it down because of the contact with a woman who comes into play later.
if they hadn't have been arseholes to that cop at that time, he wouldn't have arrested them for walking in a roadway. He detained them so he could
Nova Scotia
identify.
homeowners, do you have a power
Sorry.
meter on the side of your house like this? If so,
No.
you
Play it.
All right. So you guys ready?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, yep. Pause it real quick.
Yeah.
Let's see. So he is looking. If you remember the map, he is now looking. He's walking. Okay, if you remember the map, he's now walking on the southern portion. Here, I'll just show my screen. We'll get real quick. We'll come back to it to give you an idea where.
Okay.
Okay, so I believe right now what he's here and he's walking north. He's backtracking and he's gonna stop right here and say we started down there, and then he's gonna go back around. So he's on I think he's on this leg right here, walking north, and then he's gonna make a left and explain where they came from. Okay.
Okay. All right.
Good morning, folks.
Morning.
Free at last. Free at last. Look, the terrible threesome. We're free at last. All right, so I'm going to run you guys through what happened here last night real quick. And I'm going to show you where we were arrested, and I'm going to show you just how ridiculous it is. For those of you that've seen the live stream, what you there was a lot going on before I went live, because as soon as it looked like it was going to arrest, I went live.
So is that the corner there, Nathan? That's the corner, right?
Yeah.
But prior to
he's about to turn back towards the west.
Okay.
That I'll tell you about it here in a minute. Exactly what transpired.
In the corner.
So let me get around this. I get around the corner here just a second.
Where the cars
I
are.
appreciate you guys, all the phone calls y'all made. We could hear the phones ringing, and let me tell you that really helps your morale.
There's a street sign. There's the street sign.
Thank you, Earl.
There it is.
Yep.
Yeah, we already had him pinned down by then anyway.
That really helps your morale. So we came down the street from that direction there, down there by that porta potty. And as we're coming in this direction, hold on, I'm gonna get up here and point myself in the right direction. So you see the porta potty there. So we're coming down the street. We're somewhere in here. There's a raccoon that runs across the ground here, and Patrick put a flashlight on it.
A raccoon.
Yep.
Right. Anyway, so then the lights on that black Toyota right there blink. So Patrick put a flashlight on it, and we're just walking. We're not
what does that mean?
hanging.
If you were out at night with a flashlight shining, and raccoon, owl, giraffe, hippopotamus, comes and you try to, and then you shine your light around, and then the lights on a car near you start to flash, like somebody hit their key fob and started flashing it. What would that tell you? I mean, that's
didn't hear anything.
Yeah,
I'm checking my car's locked.
Yeah, exactly. Somebody's inside the house going, I make sure my shit's locked. We got some damn burglars out there fucking around by my car. locking my car up.
Yeah.
I want to get that plate number.
Yeah, like that affects anyone, Earl. You know, I'm going to
put a
get the plate
flashlight on
number.
it, and
Jesus
there's
Christ.
a lady comes out of that house over there where all the cars are parked funky, blocking driveways and whatnot in the street. So, and they were like that.
So, Naven, is that the woman that pulled the gun on him?
Yeah, she comes out. Somebody comes out from there.
Last night too. So, lady comes out of that house and she's like, "Hey, get away from my car! What are y'all doing?" And we're like, "Nothing. We're okay. We're fine." So we walk on. We're walking this direction. About halfway down the block, we get right here.
That's very important. That lady is very important to what happens the next day, because what he does is they Earl, Patty, and that other guy gin up a bunch of angst in these neighborhoods at 4 a.m. to where people are worried about either their property, whatever. They come out with a gun or a bat or something like that. Well, the next day he flips his shit and talks about he's going to go back out to that neighborhood with his own gun and stand his ground, Texas stand your ground thing. And if she comes out, well, then it's going to be hell for her. That's kind of what. Remember, he lost his shit the next day when he was telling the police, and when they took his gun and broke it and all that stuff.
Yeah.
So that's the lady that he was talking about.
Okay.
Here where that gray Ram pickup truck is, and she's still ranting and raving back there. And she gets into the car and she gets a gun. Now she's standing in the street. That all happened right about here, but we continued to walk. We're like, don't engage her. She's got a gun. Let's just walk away. And so we continue walking that way. But what she has done, she's back there in the street in front of that red car with a handgun. She racks the slide and she says, "I got a gun. I'm going to shoot you, or I will shoot you," or something to that effect. I have to go back to my body camera and see if the body camera got it. And, and we're just.
What'd you say, David?
Yeah. Going to go to my body cam, see the body. See, they introduce those little tidbits like to validate their story. I doubt she said, "I got a gun. I'm going to shoot you." She probably said something to the effect of, "You get the fuck out of here. You come on my property, I'll fucking shoot you," or something like that. Not just, "I've got a gun. I'm going to shoot you." But that's just him spouting that shit off. But
yeah,
just like, okay, we're not going to engage her. Let's just keep moving. This woman, it sounded like she was intoxicated. Her speech was slurred and stuff. So we can just continue moving.
I just woke up.
We get down here. We go around this block up to the next block, cut through, go back down and around. We're going to go back to the car. Patrick's parked down there, and we're going to go back to the car. But we wanted to make sure she wasn't following us, so we kind of went roundabout. And so now I'm going to walk down here and show you guys, where we were. Okay, now according to this sergeant that had arrested us, we cannot walk in the street right there where that curb, where the sidewalk's missing. When you get to this, you have to cross over to that, okay, which I'm going to do. Now, look, you can't get through there because there's construction there. So you walk till you get to the end of the sidewalk, and then you have to go over here. Okay, this is a neighborhood that's under construction.
Did you say
pause it there? Because the cop is entirely right. That is what Texas law says. And if you've committed, if you've annoyed that cop to such an extent, he's going to arrest you because he's going to make you take the ride. Whether or not that follows through doesn't matter. He's going to do that. And because he's got the law behind him. That is Texas law. We can all think it's stupid. I mean, I think it's a stupid law, but it's a law.
Yeah.
And of course, Earl never breaks the law, if you remember what he says. Never breaks the law. I mean, he did rape a woman, but he never breaks the law.
So now we're back over here, walking down the sidewalk. Now we're running out of sidewalk again, and the sidewalk, the street.
Wonder why it froze.
Laporte is going to arrest you. So we're going to cross back over here again. You know, doing the zigzag thing. This is, you know, I have been involved in some stupid arrests before. I mean, I thought I had seen it all. This whole pedestrian in the roadway thing, this is something that corrupt departments use when they want.
But since him saying that, though, Frog, the policeman was in the right, even though he thinks it's stupid. Also, correct?
Oh yeah, the cop is in the right. It's you have to. That's the way the law is written.
Yeah.
If there's a sidewalk on the opposite side of the road, you have to use that sidewalk. Doesn't say if it's only 10 feet or something, you're not allowed. You don't have to do that.
And it doesn't say if the neighborhood happens to be under construction, you don't have to abide by this section.
No, you know, and it's the type of law which no normal person will ever get arrested for. But
Right.
these aren't normal people. These are people who have antagonized the cop to such a degree. Contempt of cop. You know, it's a contempt of cop arrest. He's going to use the law to his advantage, and he's going to make you take the ride and go down to that COVID-infested place and make you get COVID.
Yeah. Well, the point of this video is that argument's going to come up another day. The point of this video is to see their movements on the 21st of March and to see if this might be what they're talking about tomorrow. Again, we'll find out for sure tomorrow. And on the map, when that blue line just shows what we heard Earl say they were, and what we can ascertain from the live video that's no longer doesn't look like it's around anymore. They very well could have been, like Frogs mentioned or Alex mentioned earlier, well within that 1,000 foot. You know, we're giving them the benefit of only plotting out. We didn't put any kind of assumptions in, on where they might have traveled. So, yeah, the point of this is to show that even by his own goofy little recreation, he incriminates it. He basically shows that he violated the bond, if this is the event that they're talking about.
Thanks,
Earl. They may be talking tomorrow. They may show that he was in another location. Who knows? That day.
Yeah, that's right. So you want me to finish the video off, you guys?
No, because I think we'll go to the next one, and I'll pull up the other map, the other one. You do some filler while I find it.
And Anon, that would be the first one.
Let me see. I'm gonna pull it up here. Okay, yeah, this is one. Okay,
is that the map, Nathan? Oh,
That's
wait, hold on. You want the split screen for your map?
Yeah, if you don't mind.
Hold on.
Then we'll, if you don't mind, then we'll play I got the correct video up this time, I do believe. What am I doing here? Okay, so now we're moving to the 31st, the other date in question on the bond revocation. March 31st. Again, on this video called Stop, Detain Those Guys, They Have Flashlights, ! That's the name of the video from Earl's channel. So this is one of the places they were that day, and this is in Houston now, the River Oak section of Houston. He says it in the video. So what are the movements? Well, there's a street where the beginning of the line is there's a street called Arizona Street. I think they might have been on that street. He mentions it, but can't prove it because it's not in the video, so I didn't include it in the little path they took. So we started where the video starts. Where this video starts is at the beginning of that path, and they walk this way. Of course, they get their interaction right about here, and then they're only detained and released. So they walk this way to this corner, up and over. I guess the car was parked in here somewhere. I don't know. And then they stopped the stream. So we're walking. It's kind of low.
Look at that. You'll be responsible for it. I'm not responsible. I didn't follow you are. Yes, you did. You guys are sucking the people's property.
Why are you following us, sir? So I'm out here, and he's following us. I got your photo now. Good. I got your photo. God, unreal.
You really fucking dumbass.
You're sitting there telling dispatcher, "Oh, shoot me, shoot me." Nobody even has a gun, dude.
What the fuck are you doing?
Nobody has a gun. Why are you following us?
What are you doing? What are you doing? You're shining flashlights in people's fucking houses.
We're walking on the sidewalk.
See? Shining lights to people's fucking houses, and Patty says, we're just walking on the sidewalk. He minimizes everything. It's crazy. And how many times has it been in the last month or 2 months? Calls, shining lights to people's houses, shining lights in people's cars, shining lights all over the fucking place. And they get out there, oh, we're just out for a nice walk. It's nice weather. Oh, I saw a raccoon, an owl, fucking unicorn, fucking shit like that.
Stop following us.
You asked for it, dumb shit.
Stop following us.
Yeah, stop following you. Yeah, right.
Leave us alone.
Leave you alone. Oh my God. Well, that's the other way. It's great.
We were trying to disengage and just walk away from you.
No, you weren't. You engaged.
No,
You're doing it right now.
You're following us.
Walking away.
You're following us.
Engagement.
You're following us. Leave us alone. Leave us alone.
They want the attention, then they want to be left alone.
Yeah, that's another thing Patty does. Exactly. You're following us. I'm in fear for my safety. Leave us alone. I'm in fear for my safety. Stop following us. After they've, got everybody all roused up.
Go talk to the police. Sir, can you have him stay away from us? He keeps following us.
See? There it goes. Like clockwork.
What, another one? What did you say?
Well, when he walks behind us, you don't know that. Okay, so no rundown. No rundown. Okay. All right, so the police are running code.
I heard it. Because he's telling them you're following you about shoot people and stuff. That guy right there is hollering about killing people and stuff. Nobody has touched him. Nobody has done anything to him. Nobody's pulled any weapons on him.
Oh, sorry, what's going on? Was there any physical altercation?
No.
No. Okay.
So Nathan,
See,
that's the house there, right?
That's the house. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, that's the house. That's the pole. There's the other pole going up. Yeah, that's the house. 2 windows. So they are at this location right here.
Yeah.
Keep in mind, that's right here, and there's a school right.
You see, these officers could have died running over here running codes because you're screaming things that aren't even true.
You guys explain what you're doing with people in this.
Now, if I remember correctly, they've been to another place in and around Houston already this evening, haven't they?
They might have. I couldn't find where they were, though.
No, I don't think there was any film from it because, of course, they didn't get interaction.
Oh, I got you. Okay. I'm gonna go forward a bit here.
What's going on with you?
Yes, just like that.
You've been following us for a block this way.
You were flashing your lights.
Let's just.
All right. No, these guys don't.
All right, hold on.
Can we leave?
What's going on? All right.
I don't know. Can we walk off?
All right. So.
Can we walk
Was
off?
there a physical altercation? First off, get him away from us.
All right, was it a physical altercation?
No, there was no physical altercation.
So what's going on with you?
He's freaking out. I don't know what his deal is.
Y'all looking for vehicles?
Because what?
Y'all looking for vehicles?
Okay, so we're walking along the sidewalk. We're looking around. Yes, absolutely. But I don't know what his deal is. He just freaked out, started following us.
First of all, I
Called
think
dispatch
the
and-
issue is probably because there's a lot of vehicle break-ins in the area. Probably thought that's what's going on. He just
We're not messing with any vehicles.
He's been following us.
I mean,
nothing. So I mean, I'm sure y'all gonna continue looking into vehicles for the night.
no.
Alright. No, I mean,
this is so disturbing. They are going out there, shining lights all over these neighborhoods and cars and houses and stuff. When the residents come out, they're trying to criminalize them. Patty's like, he's following us. He's doing this. He's doing that. This is so disturbing to me. I mean, you know, this
I'll tell you
happened in
what.
my neighborhood. What? Go ahead.
I was going to say what's even more disturbing to me is that what Earl does today, many more others will be doing in 6 months' time.
Absolutely. Oh yeah.
So this shit could be coming to the neighborhood near you.
Right. Yeah.
we are over on we're on 10th Street earlier.
On where? I don't know where
You're right.
10th Street.
You're right. He was over on 10th Street. Yeah.
10th Street. Yep.
10th Street.
I can
Yeah.
count.
10th Street.
I can count,
We were
but-
over there earlier.
So the cops already knew that the message had gone round that Earl was about.
Yeah. We don't know where on 10th Street. 10th Street. I don't fucking see it. It's in this area. We don't need to do that on the fly, but yeah. Yeah, they were out somewhere else.
You're not helping me. Okay, we're just gonna go on.
And there, Earl, did you hear him? You're not helping me. So Earl denying that he was there.
Right. Didn't deny it.
All right, y'all don't need us. Y'all don't need us out here.
No, I don't need to.
All right, so y'all weren't physically assaulted. He's just hollering. That's what
Okay,
the word
now
he's
it's
hollering at
important
y'all.
which way they walk when they leave. If they walk to the east, then they're walking towards that Wharton School. They walk to
The
the
heights. Is that what you're talking about?
Yeah,
Yes, we were in the heights. Why didn't you just say that?
they're in the heights. Yeah.
Yeah, we didn't touch anybody's
So
car.
it says he didn't assault y'all. Y'all didn't assault him.
No, you just freaking out, talking about, oh, you're gonna shoot me, you're gonna shoot. Nobody's gonna shoot you, dude. I told us nobody's gonna shoot you. Nobody's gonna do anything to you.
He didn't make any threats or anything like that.
No, we're not breaking anybody's cars. We're not doing anything wrong. We're walking down the sidewalk. That's it.
Just walking down the sidewalk.
Oh, that's it.
Looking for raccoons.
So if y'all need
Owls.
us.
Oh, go on.
There they go. Which way they walking? They're looking. They're turning to the right, and they're walking to the east. They're walking this way.
Get the computer. Get the computer.
Oh, yeah. This was a smart move, Patrick.
Pinpoint them.
Yeah. All right. You can't really see it, but it does list all the. Okay. I had it somewhere. It lists every call. There's 4 calls that came in on Beaumont Street, on Van Buren Street, on Sun. As they're walking around, these calls are coming in, and they just. It's like 3 or 4 calls, suspicious activity. You can't really read it, but we were able to pin it down and pretty much where they were headed. Good job, Patty. There you go. Get real close. You dumbass.
Be sure and focus for us.
Yeah. Yeah. Focus.
Yeah,
Let's see.
do better next time, Patty.
1200 Beaumont, and then there's 1100 block of Van Buren, and then there, one of these says Arizona Street actually on it, but we couldn't see him walking that way, so it might have just been a call in. But assault possible, whatever, assault something. I don't know. It's hard to read all that, but that's good job, Patty. Keep doing that. All right, so there's that. There, see, they're walking this way. There's that house. There's Earl's. Earl's going to lead the way.
So I don't know what to do. But they had break-ins, everything and stuff.
So anyway,
we
it's
were
going
up
to
in
close
the
out
height
now.
walk.
But they walk all the way down to the end and then up to this street. I think it's West Dallas Street. And then
Now,
they,
I'm being told that the geofence was from his phone and that the information is available by subpoena. I don't know what all those words mean, but I was told to bring it to your attention.
let me see if I understand what you're saying. The geofence, so he has an app on his phone with a geofence that kind of alarms him when he's within a restricted area. Is that right?
It just says geofence is from his phone. The information is available by subpoena.
And who's that from?
Not Don.
Not Don.
Okay. What I'm wondering is, okay, is that who developed and is who authorizes, what is the authority behind that geofence? As we talked about earlier, some of these locations, especially nurseries, they pop up and they come and go and things like that. There's got to be an official. Is that something that a third party?
He's saying that all phones geofence from Google Maps.
Okay, so yeah.
Yeah, I think the purpose of this, though, is to show we're just surmising that these are two events. We don't know.
Right. Exactly.
He might have gone and stood right outside of school. We don't know because we can't follow Earl 24/7. But what we can do is we can say on these 2 days, it would appear that he breached his bond conditions from the evidence we have.
That's exactly right. Yeah.
Available. Yeah. I mean, it will become clear tomorrow what exactly. Well, I say it will become clear depending on what time they have. His attorney may well just accept these 2 breaches on going into the school zones.
Yeah. Here's something. If I can. I've looked, okay, in the past few days, I've looked into these flashlights, and it appears to me there's a fanaticism and a craze about these crazy flashlights that they're getting out because the technology of, these has come so far in terms of the amount of lumens and how bright these things are that they actually have like fan groups that can't wait for my M9000 to come in, and I've been looking at some of their blogs and some of their questions that they have, like laws against lumens, ? Coming, that kind of says they're basically asking the questions that I'm asking, like, okay, sure, there's maybe no laws currently, but the technology has gotten so crazy, and some people have gotten so stupid with technology, just like the I'll flip an example of noise ordinance. Here it is in Houston. According to Houston sound ordinance, which is basically a nuisance type thing, sound cannot exceed 65 decibels during the day and 58 decibels at night in residential areas. Now, you got to ask yourself, how did this law come about? Well, it wasn't there in the 50s, but as car stereos and stereos themselves, and it seems like people have this self-importance more than their neighbors that they start to become a nuisance. So they create these laws, such as this. You got to get a permit and things like that. Well, are we not far away from the technology of these crazy flashlights that get up to 20,000 that Patty has, 30,000 that Earl said he had, and up to 100,000 lumens? I mean, to the point where that is considered the same thing as a noise ordinance. You're basically being a nuisance to people around you. And you wonder how these laws come about? Well, it's idiots like these guys,
Yeah.
Because technology is neat, and people use technology, and some people abuse technology and run around saying.
We often say they're not standing up for your freedoms. Actually, by their actions, they're likely to reduce your freedoms. Absolutely.
Yeah, I think that Chris Christopherson had it wrong. He should have said freedom is just another word for something else to lose, nothing to lose. So they're running around under the guise of freedoms, and they're going to end up creating these laws, such as the noise ordinance. Let's see if there was I had another link. Oh, quick answers. Yeah, this is a good article. I think I'm gonna post this. Oh no, actually no. This is a good read. It talks about, is 1,000 lumens too bright for home defense? it's going to go. This whole thing breaks down. You know, it's not only the lumens; it's the LED and the type of light. You know, instead of being yellow light, it's closer to white or blue light, and then the reflective lens that focuses the lumens into a beam is where this is starting to occur. Like you saw in Patty's video, you can see up to these things can see up to 2,000 feet. Damn near half a mile down the road. You don't need that for walking around at night. Here they talk about tactical lights and things like that, and how many lumens are dangerous, things like that. And it talks about what the eyeball does at 700 lumens or 1,000 lumens, and what the eye does. And if you're out there in the wilderness and you're camping, you're far from everything else. Okay, then I understand you want to immerse the whole area around you, right, in all this light. But walking up and down a residential street, I think we can all agree you don't need that. That's not anything that is required for safety, either for yourself. It's damn sure ain't good for people who are driving in oncoming traffic. They don't need that. Don't need to shine in people's houses. And I don't know. And they don't just have one or two of them. These guys have, Patty and them have three or four of these fucking flashlights on them, But this is a good read. It kind of tells you that basically to walk at night, okay, anywhere from 100 to 400 lumens is good. That'll work. A little red little cover on your light so you can, people see you walking. That's good. You can still see the area around you. You're safe, But these bastards walking around with these, I know Patty has said the one he has is 20,000 lumens, and Earl is saying even more than that. So much that it burnt a hole in his jacket. But it's a discussion because these are how laws come about. These people acting like fucking idiots, and next you're gonna have a what is it called, a light nuisance law. They don't people really talk about light pollution. My neighbor's security lights are shining in my bedroom and shit like that. And it ain't gonna take it won't take much because so many studies have been done for just street lights to determine how bright they should be, not too bright to where they contribute to too much noise, light pollution as they call it, but light enough to where people can see, and that's how they decide what a street light should be. They're going to start doing the same thing right now. They don't. I couldn't find any laws against how bright a flashlight should be in a residential area. But I guarantee it's coming, and you can have these fuckers to thank for it.
Well, I know that I see several people walking around the neighborhood at night, but they have the dim flashlights. They even have flashlights that have the red colored tips on the end so they don't disturb anyone else. They always have just enough light so they can see their pathway, not to explore what's inside the windows of people's homes.
Yep.
Can we move to 3 and 4?
Absolutely, that's good. Yep, that was my whole. I mean, I can't stress it enough. I think honestly that it's going to come to pass, especially in smaller towns like LaPorte. They'll probably get or even kind of ironically where Earl is, that they're going to have some kind of a nuisance law that they're going to just kind of shuffle this into, light being too bright. They'll probably have what is it called? A photometer. They probably have to get a little photometer off of Amazon and they'll carry it around the fucking squad cars. Turn your flashlight on. If it's too bright, we're gonna haul you in. There you go. There's another law for you to break, Earl. Anyway, that's enough.
All right, so you want to go on to March the 22nd one with the gun? You guys want to cover that next, or?
Yeah, let's do that video because this is the one to me that, by his own words, he states that he's carrying a 12-gauge shotgun, and I think that's why they have in there that the defendant may have committed a new law violation of a felon in possession of the firearm, and that is on March 22nd.
That's the video there, right, Alex?
That's the video.
Correct.
All right, let's have a listen.
gonna be out here protesting when I'm done here, and since I can't carry that, I'm gonna let you know, I have a 12-gauge shotgun, and I'm going to wear it out there on the street.
There you have it.
Boom.
Yeah, I have a 12 gauge shotgun. I'm going to wear it out there in the street. I just heard that, yeah. Do you want to say something, Frog?
I was going to say, of course, Earl will say, well, this guy on the right, he should know that what I've just said, he should know that I'm going to be breaking the law if, in fact, it's a real gun. But, of course, this guy on the right, he doesn't. Earl thinks he's a celebrity and everyone knows him. Not everyone knows him. He's well known in this little community. This guy doesn't necessarily know that Earl is a felon.
No, that's right.
Did I mention he's a rapist?
I think
Yes,
so.
you did.
Some crazy person comes up there and wants to give me a hard time. The other night, I walked away from a crazy person with a gun on the street over there before I was arrested. I'm not doing that anymore. I'm telling you straight up. I'm well aware of what is covered in Chapter 9, no use of lethal force. If somebody pulls a gun on me, I'm going to defend myself. I don't give a fuck about reporting. Okay. All right, what else do you need? I haven't caused you any problems. No, you haven't. Okay. But you're supporting what's going on here. And that's my issue. You and I can talk. Okay. Okay. I'm sorry. Am I yelling at you? I don't know. Okay.
You're the supervisor of the sergeant.
So he's there to get his property back, correct?
Yeah, he's just got his paintball pistol back.
Oh, okay.
Handle it. You're the supervisor. Are you going to patrols, lieutenant supervisor? Are you looking into the matter?
Don't know not his shift.
Oh, okay.
Not his shift.
Okay, so you're missing a
1 8-ounce CO2.
or 8-ounce CO2. What would the value on that be?
$3.
Okay.
The CO2s aren't expensive.
And
These are small ones.
the projectile, what is that exactly?
Okay, that is custom loaded for me. It is a pepper.
Did he just say that he is missing a CO2 cartridge?
Yeah.
Yeah. He claims that is the part that they stole. Remember when he goes back outside, you'll hear it a little bit here. It's a little low. I don't know if you can turn it up a little bit. He says, yeah, they stole parts of my gun. They stole parts. They broke my gun. They broke his gun because they busted open his pepper balls, which they do. And they just take out the CO2 because they don't want that. They don't want to hand it back to them. They take the CO2 because you just replace it with another one. How cheap? They're cheap. It's not a part.
I know I've seen some debate that even him having the pepper ball could be an offence, but I don't know, and it could be it could be dependent upon the chemical mixture of that pepper ball. So let's see tomorrow. That could come up tomorrow.
Yeah. I just think it's hilarious. They broke my gun. It's just a fuck took the CO2 cartridge. I'm thinking, holy shit, what'd they do? Take the firing pin out? What'd they do? Fuck, they broke my gun. Yeah, I had one of those when I was 8.
Yeah.
I had one of those CO2 guns when I was 8 years old. And when my brother took my CO2 cartridge, I didn't go to mom saying, he broke my gun. He broke my gun. Shit.
That's as loud as I can. That's as loud as it gets. Even.
It will get better because he's away from the camera. He's not going. He's just going on about them.
Yeah.
A pepper ball going off and him complain about that and the CO2 going missing and.
Correct.
Yeah.
So I'm going to hit the 44-minute mark here when he goes outside.
Thank you, Earl. Thank you for these shots.
And that is his Mustang.
That's his Mustang.
Are we going to miss the rant when he goes fucking ballistic?
Come to that later, I think, aren't we?
Okay, that's my favorite part.
Yeah. All right. You ready?
For crap.
He's outside.
gotta put this up. I gotta put this up. Okay. All right. So, you see what I'm saying, guys, about crooked departments?
Get that plate.
Got that plate, Frog?
Yeah, get that plate.
All right, good for you.
Do you get it?
I got
See,
it.
they take parts of my weapon to render it inoperable. Okay, that's what it's about. We're gonna render it inoperable so that he can't use it. He can't walk in here and walk out with the ability to defend himself. We're not going to allow that. We're going to make it where he has to be a victim. Hold on, I'm gonna set you guys up on the tripod here.
This sounds like Earl. I think it's Earl, isn't it? It's still wearing that blue. We saw him in blue.
Yeah.
Yep. We're gonna make it so that these guys have to be victims. That's what it's about. So
looks like Earl's hand.
That's it. I'm just
the same clip on his side too. He had in there.
Disgusted.
In his pepper drenched weapon.
100% disgusted with this.
Hang on, I got listen for that list. Does he say fufa?
This should not happen.
Sorry, I shouldn't make fun of lisps.
Not at all. So we're going to do a little protesting out
here.
Sure. We're going to do it a little different today. I don't like
there, we saw it. First sight.
Uh-oh.
Shells going in.
Now he's claiming that's black powder.
But you got
multiple shots.
I think he's claiming it's airsoft now. With the officer, it was a 12-gauge shotgun, but now he's claiming it is an airsoft shotgun.
Not in this video, he isn't.
No. I'm talking about now.
After the event.
Correct.
Yeah.
How to be able to protect yourself.
His contention is tomorrow he's going to claim that it's an airsoft gun.
All right, I've got to get a spare battery out.
Wait, his gun works on batteries?
Flashlights do.
Yeah. No, that's for the sidearm. You can CO2 or batteries, I think.
Oh, it's one of those. It's one of those mechanical squirt guns. His sidearm. It's like a little squirt gun. Little pump on it. Water pistol.
All right, guys. So we got a sign.
He brought the wrong sign. This sign is for Conroe, where they've got homophobic pigs. He should have bought the sign for racist pigs. Because they're racist in Laporte, not homophobic.
Yeah, I know. He's over there in the...
You can keep it playing.
Hear you. He knows better than to break off from us, but he does it anyway. So I'm just letting him be on his own. I'll worry about him when I got to worry about me first.
That's Patrick.
Yeah, Patty.
His special needs kid.
Here. All right, for those of you that you will not find these on Texas Less Lethal because they require an FFL, a federal firearms license to distribute.
Just pause it there.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay,
FFL.
So if it's an airsoft, that's a load of bullshit.
Exactly.
What he just said.
You need an FFL license, whatever he said, to sell an airsoft.
Yeah, correct.
So that's another point that this is a real gun or a real shotgun.
So the question is, now, did we even look that up? Do you need a federal firearms license to sell an airsoft gun?
No, because he's selling. That's his. What is it? Something less lethal or something? Texas Less Lethal.com. Yeah. He's selling them. I actually had a look at the federal, and there's nothing to say. Well, an airsoft shotgun needs a license.
So let's back up and listen one more time. You will not find this on Texas Less Lethal because you have to have a federal firearms license to sell this gun.
Yeah. Okay.
I think that's what I heard.
We're going to go out here and do a little protesting. I've got to get spare battery up and running.
Thanks, FB.
We can go through that joke again.
Yeah, I know. He's over there in the...
And the special needs kid. We can do that.
Can't hear you. You know, he knows better than to break off from us, but he does it anyway. So I'm just letting him be on his own.
We're talking about selling.
I got to worry about me first.
Let's see what it says. He says it right about here.
Get myself situated here.
Here we go.
All right. For those of you that you will not find these on Texas Less Lethal because they require an FFL, a federal firearms license, to distribute. I don't have a federal firearms license. I cannot distribute those. All right. Let me get the battery plugged in. Make sure.
But he thinks he can carry one and take it out from the trunk of his car, when what he can do is legally have one inside of his residence in Texas.
And on that point, we've missed that point in the video, but earlier on in the video when he's in the lobby, he talks about Texas law that a felon can have a shotgun.
Only in their home.
He doesn't say that. He says a felon can have a shotgun. I agree with you, Alex. The law is only in his home. Did I say he's a felon? Rapist.
Yeah.
Yeah, you gotta get going. Huh? Who? Hold on, they've just called the police on Patrick. Go over here and see what's happening.
Let me go save Patrick. Oh.
Yeah.
I'll never forget when Earl did that video and actually said that Patrick may have a touch of Downs, and that people watch his videos to see Patrick get tased.
Yeah. Keep it playing, Anon, but just as he approaches the door of the station.
Crap, I can't go in, I'm carrying.
There you go. I can't go in, I'm carrying. If he was carrying an airsoft, he could go in.
They're going to have a no firearms policy in there. I know he just can't. He just can't stay with the group and stick to a plan. He's got to go in there and be silly. So yeah, no weapons. I can't enter. Dang, I should have left this in the car. No weapons, no cameras, no cell phones. No entry without a face mask.
I've lost count now. Are we up to number 6 or 7 of the self-incriminating statements?
I think 6 or 7, yeah, for sure.
Thank you, Earl. DA is pleased.
Social distancing. Vulnerable populations. Let's see what that says. If you are age 65 or have a serious underlying health, that's all related to the COVID-19. So no weapons allowed inside the building, so I'm not gonna enter.
8.
And don't forget, around the 57-minute mark, the officer even calls it a gun.
Yeah, there's that small. That's.
Oh, hey, there's a thing here. It says push to open. Let's see. That opens all the doors. Well, opens one door.
That's for the handicap. What's for a wheelchair, dude? Why are you pushing that button, Earl? Fuck.
what was that timestamp, Alex? Because you might as well go straight there, because I think that's it on his.
Yeah, I have it. It's 57 minutes.
What was the purpose of pushing that button to make the door open up? What was the purpose of that?
I don't know.
Because he's a little kid and he likes playing with toys.
Mommy, what does this button do? Yeah,
I think it's more like 52. It's there. It's that cop. Yeah.
Okay.
I think just before then, maybe cop's going back inside there, isn't he?
No, he'll come back out. 57.
Right, okay.
Yeah. Okay, we're ready.
This might download the videos. You got an ad coming in 3.
You guys aren't gonna.
The next Lotto 649
Damn
estimated jackpot
Hey,
is
we got
$6
an ad.
You need to get
guaranteed $1 million prize.
What the
You're not
hell?
gonna beat them up or tase
All right, everybody, get your lottery tickets.
them or anything. Okay, I'm gonna go back.
Get
to
an
what I
ad
was doing.
blocker.
That's fine. That's
There you go.
good.
That's
That's
it.
fine. I didn't come over here. I
Very
just,
short.
Bingo.
Yeah.
Just those. It's just about 2 seconds, but
I'm one of them. They're everywhere. They're all over the United States. Okay, good. I hope that's good. I hope you learn from them. They're meant to be educational. I hope that you actually learn something from them. Good deal. Good deal. So you guys you're not gonna beat them up or tase them or anything. Okay, I'm gonna go back to what I was doing then.
All we asked him was to put masks on.
That's fine. That's
We don't care about the gun, if y'all are in here.
good. That's fine. I didn't come over here. I just came because he said you guys were coming. So
Yeah.
I'm gonna go back to what I was
That's
doing.
y'all's right in the film, so he just has to wear a mask, that's it.
I'm good with that.
All right.
I'm good with that. All right.
Have a good day.
Let's
so
go
the
buy
cop
this
thinks
thing.
it's a gun.
Yeah. Yeah.
And Earl isn't such a celebrity that the cop knows he's a felon. Although he's a celebrity.
I want to get to the part. Is this the part where he said he was going for the walk and he said, well, since he got his gun, he was going to see that lady with the other gun?
That was on. I thought that was on the inside. When he was inside, when he was losing his mind, he said that about the lady. I thought that's what it was. When he was inside, it was like before this, like he was inside getting it when they just found out they broke his gun, and he actually it was before he got his gun.
Yeah. Take
Yeah,
our
that's
word
on
for
Frog's video
it. That's on my video, so you can find
about
it there.
behavior.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay. I got you. All right.
Be in the beginning of this one, or when he was inside flipping out. They hadn't brought his broken gun out yet, and he was, or maybe they just did, and he flipped out.
And we'll get to that. We still have one more charge or element of the motion to revoke, and that's the CPS records.
Have you got the time on here when there's the car park, or shall we just talk about it where it's towards the end of this video when there's another place where he can't go into because he's carrying?
Wasn't it a parking lot?
It's a parking lot, yeah. And Patty goes in, but he's talking about gun signs. But it is there. I mean, it's number 9. I mean, do we need 8? Do we need 9? I don't know. There's quite, you know, 9 makes it divisible by 3, which is always good. But
3 is the magic number.
yeah. But I think we've had, you know, that's himself, you know, talk about thank you, Earl. Thank you, Earl. What an idiot.
So the next video then is for the December the 20th for the shared contents of the CPS records.
Mm-hmm.
That's correct with the timestamps.
I got it.
Think is of all the bonehead, because you know Earl can't stop talking about himself, right? He can't. He just can't. He can't stop. He can't. This is probably I think his biggest bonehead move thus far.
I just find it amazing that every one of these elements that are in the motion to revoke have been brought to you by Earl, and he's been kind enough to video it for all to see.
The damn ego. This guy.
Bit of sunburn here in December. I don't know where he's been.
He's at the beach.
It's something else. He talks about himself, how he goes around the world educating people. I do this for you. I don't need the money. I'm set. I'm doing well off my investments. I do this for you, and you get, this whole video. But anyway, we'll get to the main part.
Okay, so this is it here. I'm pretty sure.
You broke the law before. Well, that's not how it works. So for those of you that don't know, currently I'm facing a charge of messing with my daughter.
Wait,
30 years.
Yeah, I was thinking that.
Is that illegal? Okay, can we look that up? What statute is that?
Messing with his daughter. I think what he means is child sexual assault, doesn't he? Is that what he meant?
That's how, I think that's what he's talking about. But there might be. It is Texas. Maybe they got a law against messing with your daughter.
Yeah, I messed with my kids, I did messing with my kids, but I didn't touch them sexually when I was messing with them.
Yeah, you're under arrest for what? Messing with that kid. God, I was arrested for messing with my daughter. Wow, he can't even say it.
What age was she? 14 to 17, I think, in the charge.
Yep.
To go. Without going too deeply into this, because I don't want to give up our strategy for trial.
Keep talking.
Not that it really matters, but so far on this case, we've had 6 different prosecutors. 2 of them have resigned from the case because they want to drop the case, but somebody in the DA's office says no. They say the case is a.
Yeah, we should have a bullshit meter, really, shouldn't we?
Yeah. That's how he convinces the public. That's how he gets them brainwashed and crazy statements like that, Jesus. Even the prosecutors were on my side. They said, we're quitting. We'll give up our jobs for Earl. That's how much we believe in Earl. We'll quit. Fuck my family. They don't need to eat. I'm quitting. Shit. We're with Earl. God damn it. We're quitting. We're walking out. Fuck this shit, man. They're on my team. He thinks, I'm sorry. That is just fucking.
Keep it paying. Otherwise, we're going to die of crying here, laughing, crying.
Turkey, they would never have accepted charges on it because it's BS, and it's obvious that it's BS. And
yeah,
these
it is
are
obvious.
Good guys in the prosecutor's office that are trying to do the right thing. However, they're not in a position of power to make the decision.
So he did read the daughter's the thing. He did say it. He also mentions the other daughter, I think, doesn't he? Later on here.
It comes in. Yeah, if you keep playing, I think it's all in this little segment area. Anyway,
yeah, just keep it going. Keep it going.
Keep it going. All right.
Somebody that's higher up than them is telling them to keep this going because you're saying, well, why? If it's not a good case, would they keep it going?
Trump
because it keeps me quiet, keeps me from traveling, keeps me under the government's thumb, and that's what this has always been about. Started with Shell. I pissed off some rich people, and so they used hired mercenaries.
He's like Nelson Mandela.
Did he just say hired mercenaries?
He did say hired mercenaries. Yeah.
Mercenaries to kill him. Yeah, I mean he's a freedom fighter.
The sad thing is, so many people fucking believe him. That's keep it playing.
Police department. You're saying hired mercenaries. How do you know that? Well, funny you should ask. Funny you should ask. So, Deer Park Police Department has fought giving us emails, and they still haven't even given all the emails up. They've refused to comply with a court order and
like hell.
So are the mercenaries given emails? Is that what he's suggesting, or?
No, Shell has complied.
Oh,
Texas has quite some strong disclosure laws. So this is all bullshit.
And even hired a fancy law firm out of Austin to fight giving up those emails. And you're saying, well, why would they do that? Well, therein lies the issue. This fancy law firm came down, shows the emails to the judge, and within those emails are emails back and forth to Shell, telling them the case progress.
So what Shell? I'm not sure. I didn't get that.
Shell is
the refinery and down there.
Oh,
they got him arrested. They got him arrested, and he went after their executive there.
It's big government. It's at the highest level. Goes to the White House to keep him down, and even the biggest companies on the planet are get involved. To keep him.
It's all Tim Hill's fault.
Keep him quiet. They're trying to keep him quiet. Hiring mercenaries
and the judge said, "Why is the Deer Park Police communicating with Shell about an active criminal investigation that has nothing to do with them?" Then they dig a little deeper and find Deer Park police officers giving their home addresses to Shell, to management at Shell. And the judge is like, why? Well, the answer...
Christmas dinner, Christmas parties, stuff like that.
I mean, this is real Christian Anderson stuff, isn't it? Really, that should be his career. He should just be writing fairy tales.
Absolutely.
Is Shell's got to pay them off, and they don't want to send their payments to the police department. So where do they send them? Got to send it to their houses.
It could be Christmas cards. It's a Christmas card.
And I can tell you, there's a lot of cops right now that are really pissed off that this got started, because we have used it to uncover a lot of things. We found secret Google chat rooms, which are illegal. Where
are those your chat rooms, Nathan?
No, they're not mine.
What? He said secret. I just was wondering.
Officers are talking about how to frame people and how to hide evidence that might clear people of wrongdoing. We've got more subpoenas going to Google on that one, and we have alerted a lot of other
we. Now, I don't know. I mean, I would imagine that if law enforcement really wanted to get him, it would be quite easy to plant some drugs on him, something like that. Probably. I mean, I don't put it past law enforcement to doing some shady stuff, but if they really wanted to do it, it's pretty easy for them to do it to you all. They don't have to go through all this subterfuge.
Oh, hold on, Rex Frederick and whatever is a danger to public. Don't say there's Nazis on the moon. Earl will be up there he'll be up there looking for him. There's Nazis on the moon. Be a Nazi hunter. Oh shit.
Do you guys want to go to the second daughter, or do you want to keep listening to this?
Yeah, no, go ahead. Go to the timestamps. This whole thing is full of gems. This whole video. True egomaniac, right there.
Doing that, these PIs, realized I was being railroaded. And these are some of the good cops that you hear me talking about. And so they have, free of charge now, are assisting us, free of charge. and that is great.
They love us. They love me. Us.
James Brown, they're all BS. I'm telling you, they're all BS. Okay, why would the okay? So let's
break it down.
Hold on a second. I'm going to read another document to you. Hold on.
Don't read a document. Don't do it.
Okay, here we go. All right, so here's another document to read to you. This is a CPS record.
Bingo.
Right? CPS, like. Oh,
well, hang on. You stopped it because, of course, there is a protection order specifically to stop him doing this.
Yeah, correct. Yeah, he's not supposed to talk about it at all.
It is from a completely different daughter.
Well, maybe he
very
won't
important to understand.
What'd you say, Nathan?
I said, well, maybe he won't read it. Maybe he'll adhere.
Hang on. And when he says a completely different daughter, there is more than one protection order in place for different daughters.
That's correct.
Well, so far he has the document. He hasn't really read it yet. He probably won't.
Maybe he won't. Maybe he won't. Maybe he'll wake up and smell the coffee.
Nathan, you want to bet?
Right. No way.
And this is not the accusation I am facing right now. All right.
Don't.
He's not good. Is he going to read that, Nathan?
It says,
he's not
okay, tell me what happened. All right. And then this daughter, we're going to call her daughter X, says,
no, says
every night for 2 years, my father would sneak into my bedroom and molest me during the night. So the CPS investigator then notifies the Houston Police Department. All right. And this is in 2003 is when this is said. Houston Police Department comes out a week later, and here's where it begins. It's the Houston police detective says, okay, so you made an accusation against your father last week. We would like to hear what you have to say. Daughter X replies.
What a name for a daughter X.
Well, I'm glad you stopped it there, because before we go to his explanation, I think we hit the nub of the matter that, there are daughters of Earl that quite probably suffered at his hands. And for all the joviality we have over Earl, this is serious shit.
Yeah, absolutely.
Maybe the son's name is Malcolm.
I tried to bring it.
I fucked it up. Sorry, Frog.
You did.
It's gotten completely out of hand. I didn't know this was going to happen. I lied. It was not true. My father never messed with me. One of the older siblings told me to say this because we thought that my father and my mother were going to get back together, and they are toxic together. So we figured if we said this, Mom would get mad and not ever talk to Dad again. Now, it's worth noting that word for word, what that daughter said is what the current daughter is saying. Word for word. When you read the statements, they are exactly the same.
And pause it there. Because remember, I said there is more than one protection order, but hasn't he just in those last statements actually said word for word? So how do we know he was reading which daughter's statement? So he's breached the protection order because he's read the words.
That's correct.
Yeah, word for word. He
Yeah.
his own. Yeah.
Out of his own mouth. Thank you, Earl.
For word.
And Nathan, you thought he wasn't going to say anything.
It's it's a pretty crazy situation, but and there's still so much more that I haven't even touched on. So much more. You guys should
Give my little giggle.
That the district attorney would take charges on something like this is unbelievable.
So the second is the state's the CPS records won't be public, correct? That is just up here, you guys. I don't want to see you drinking water.
I hate him drinking water when he's on video.
It's all in the emails. It's all right there in the documents that will be public record for you guys to get and see for yourself. You don't even have to believe me. It's all in the documents.
You guys.
Many of them as possible will be published. The CPS records won't. Those won't be public record, I don't believe, but we'll see. Once they're in as evidence, they may be public record with some redactions. I don't know. But all the emails from Deer Park will be published. And
have they been published?
No.
No.
And any of them that get kept under gag order and stuff, I will publish anyway. After this case is over with, they can just hold me in contempt.
They probably will.
Put me in jail, whatever they want to do. But they are going to get published, and they're already online, uploaded, and ready to go. I keep nothing.
Next bit's important.
Be gotten and confiscated and taken and hidden. Everything is already uploaded and ready. All I got to do is publish the link. Several people have the link, so that if something happens to me, it still gets published.
And pause it there. And several people have the link. So he has shared the information that he has that's subject to the protection order with other people.
Correct.
So thank you, Earl. You keep on doing it.
And that includes the Homeland Security stuff, the FBI stuff of the confidential informants, the lists of confidential informants. And FBI agents.
I still haven't been paid. Have you been paid, any of you guys?
Not yet.
Not yet.
I'm still waiting.
That are the handlers for these confidential informants. You guys will be shocked when you see who these confidential informants are.
So that pretty well covers that. Yeah.
And people wonder why they filed the motion for bond revocation. There you have it. Earl's own words, Earl's own videos.
But Alex, this is all part of Earl's master plan to trap the DA.
He's going to trap the DA. Mm-hmm.
He did that walk in front of a green screen. He wasn't really there. He had an airsoft, and he pretended it was a shotgun. I mean, that's the one. That's the one where I think, even if he didn't commit the crime, his words are likely to convict him, which is, I think, would be really funny if he gets convicted of a felony. If they follow through with charges for felon in possession of a firearm, and he gets convicted, and he didn't actually have a shotgun. That's going to be, what a fucking retard. Excuse my French.
Well, now, Anon, can you grab Frog's video, the shotgun Laporte condensed, and we'll go to behavior. And Frog, this was very, very well done.
Thank you, Alex.
Is that the one that's red screened over, Frog?
No. It's the first one.
Oh, I got it. Okay. All right, I got it. Hold on. Are you going to copyright me, Frog?
No.
Okay. I'm just checking.
Hey, I had to step away for a little bit. What are we watching now? What's up? What's up next?
We're going to look at some of his behaviors.
We're getting to your favorite part, David.
Your favorite bit.
Yes.
You're fucking. I'll leave the rest.
You guys ready?
We're ready.
I'm ready.
I'm here to retrieve some stolen property. Okay, what's your name? I'm a good citizen. I just want my stolen property back. What property do you want? I want my gun. Okay, what's your name so I can get with the property department? They should have it. They arrested me. They should know who I am. Yeah, but I didn't arrest you, so I don't know who you are. What's your name, and I'll get with property and see if they have your item. Well, they gotta have my gun. They took it. See, my holster is empty. That's because they stole my gun.
I mean, talk about, you know, normal someone who's been arrested going to pick up their property. Of course, you've got to give your fucking name, you stupid retard.
No, what are you talking about, Frog? They didn't ask for his name when they took it.
Well, no, that's because they got his name off his license or something. Well, he probably gave it off camera, but.
Can I have my gun back? Okay, sure. What's your name? Well, they didn't ask for my name when they took it. But I have to give my name now. They can't just give any.
We can't find a gun in our property store. There's no guns. There's this thing that has a CO2 cylinder.
It's so funny. Try that. Let's try that. I'm gonna go down to my local police station, go in there and film it and say, "Give me back my gun." What gun? Well, my gun. What are you talking about? Have your name? No. You didn't ask my name when you took my gun. Give my gun. God damn. My gun. Whose gun? My gun.
He's a celebrity.
Give it. I didn't get my name when I was arrested. Why do I got to get my name to get my property back? It should be under whatever name that they arrested me under.
So this is number 2.
Okay.
Yeah, I see that.
You know who I am. Do you really want to play this game? Okay. You got a ton of phone calls about me. Does that help you any?
Okay. Well, I'll tell you what I'll do. I'll go over to City Hall and I'll have some friends show up over there, and we'll go over there and see if the mayor wants to help you guys give me back my fucking property.
I can't tell.
I mean,
yeah, you should have told me to start with.
What has she done to deserve that?
Yeah.
You know, she's trying to help him.
Yeah, trying to help him get his gun back.
Yeah. Well, there isn't a gun, but.
Well, yes.
You take my property. You don't give it back when you let me go. Why not give it back when you let me go? You need to write it down? Here, I'll do better now. I'll give my driver's license. It's ridiculous that you people take our shit and then don't.
So that took 6 minutes. 6 minutes.
Time out of our lives and come back up here and be exposed to COVID again, just to get our stuff. See the picture? That's me. Okay, you didn't need my ID when you stole my stuff. Why do you need my ID to give it back to me? Okay, the state of Texas, I only have to ID if I've been lawfully arrested. Are you arresting me again?
So you're not going to give me back my gun? You're fucking thieves! How about that? You're fucking thieves!
Pause it.
I gave my ID. They're just going to be like this.
Pause it.
They think it's funny.
Pause
That
it.
shit's funny.
It is funny.
Now, was he acting when he was saying, "You fucking thieves," or was he angry?
Oh, he was angry. He was
angry. He was angry. He is triggered. Give me back my fucking paintball gun.
You fucking thieves.
You fucking thieves. How about that? How about that?
This is why good cops are getting killed.
He's going to show them.
All right, let's see.
I'm going to show you how fucking funny it is.
This is why good cops are dying in the streets of America. It's because of the crooked cops that do this stuff.
You're all fucking cop killers.
So,
And you want to...
so that poor old fat cop is a fucking cop killer. Or was it cop or was it cock? I couldn't quite work it out.
Think about the seriousness about what he's trying to imply. This is why cops are getting killed, because they
ask for ID to have your property returned.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's why cops are getting killed. He solved it. I was wondering why the cops are. Damn. Who knew it was that simple? They need to send out a memo to every police department. Don't ask for IDs for property being returned. That's why cops are getting killed. Jesus. God.
Run around saying what good people you are. You're liars. You're thieves.
You're thieves. You steal people's property for profit. You steal their freedom for profit.
Give his property back.
Because your butt hurt. Stop making it about you.
Don't think he did, but
That's what it's about. I gave my ID. How many times do I gotta give it? Is this gonna be the last time I have to give it?
Jesus Christ. I'm tired of dealing with you people.
did you catch that? Did you catch the driving license?
I don't think he did. No.
No. Did you catch it though? That driving license. He just throws it to the floor.
Yeah.
Tired of you cop killers. Is what I'm tired of.
Yeah, just to make him pick it up.
Yeah, but he didn't pick it up. This, what's his name? Authority check or something?
Earl sounds better and fast forward.
What have I put there? Idiots. Oh, yeah. That authority check, at that point, he signed for his property back, and then he asked the cop, what have I just signed? I mean... if you needed more proof that these people are idiots.
This is my favorite part when he examines the condition of his property. His fucking, they broke my gun. They broke.
Notice he's wearing a law enforcement jacket.
Oh, he's proud of that patch.
That was sent to him.
Oh, yeah.
With a little note saying we're going to get you.
We're coming.
Look, he's showing it. Look at this. Look at this. Get up, Patrick. Look at Patrick. I got it. Look at this. It's his pepper ball. He broke the pepper balls open in the bag. He's like, look.
Yeah. But hang on. The best bit's coming. The best bit's coming. Because he comes to the camera so we can hear what he's saying. The best bit's coming.
He's pissed. He broke it.
Look at these guys.
They put a zip tie there so he can't use his firearm.
Yep. They broke the ball outside so the ball wouldn't explode inside. They do that a lot.
Now, if I open this bag here, it's going to spread it. They probably would give me a criminal charge for that because after the charge for that.
So the cops purposely
Probably what they were intending to do.
broke the pebble ball,
Zip tied it,
and then put it in that bag, so that Earl would open that bag in the lobby, so they could arrest him. I mean, you couldn't make it up, could you? As I say, it's a lot easier to plant drugs on him.
They also removed the CO2 so that I couldn't come in and put a fresh magazine in and have a hot weapon to defend myself with in case one of these, one of these domestic terrorist attacks.
And he needs protection from the cops, obviously, in their lobby.
Who are armed, and they're going to do everything they can to ensure that you cannot defend yourself against domestic terrorists or criminals on the street. Yeah, hey, you got 2,300 people watching. Yeah. So they even to make double sure that I didn't just come in with a spare magazine.
Earl's live now.
He's gone live, has he?
Yep.
So it's inoperable without that, but that's okay. I got something bigger, badder, and better.
Then we go to the shotgun, really, don't we?
They don't want me.
That's where we came in.
They're going to hate what I get out when I go back.
Yeah, that's where we started to come in after that, correct? Yeah. He gives it to the car.
I mean, in that short clip, you've got his, behaviours of being a liar, making up stories, making up conspiracies, pretending he's an activist.
Yep. I think the being 1,000 yards charged 2 times. Bite him in the ass.
So Earl has gone live. That's interesting. I doubt his lawyer will be very happy.
No, probably not.
Anything else you guys want to cover?
Well, what channel is he live on?
News Now Houston.
Does that mean he's not joining us here? That's a real shame.
I guess he changed his mind, Frog.
I feel insulted. David even brought pizza.
Alex is having a good time tonight.
Spoken recently to some of my kids about this. It's all in the forefront.
Share.
Not only with me, but with them. And they've actually offered to do interviews or whatever. Some of them will be in court to testify.
Yeah.
So what else? So the DA says, you violated the gag. It's not a gag order. It's a protective order over the files or whatever. I don't know. And that's,
I don't know.
I can talk about my memories.
Awesome.
I can write my memories down on a piece of paper and read from that paper if I so desire. And whatever. But I have said
I've got it loaded up. If you want, Anon, it's up to you. We can play little bits and pieces of this. His live stream is up to you. Whatever you feel like doing.
Well, we're talking over it, so we're making it fair use.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. Well, I'm not showing his. I'm not showing his actual channel here. It's just so I can pause it. I just got the feed piped in. Let's listen in.
Is to see the documents. Now, because this came from Laporte, this latest complaint.
He's an idiot. What is he doing?
We were able to get a bunch of emails under subpoena, and they are not covered.
More emails.
By that gag order.
So he's going to release them ahead of tomorrow, is he?
Thank you.
Seems like it.
Thank you very much.
I heard there was 1,595 of them to be exact.
Up front, in advance. So guess what, Laporte? Thank you. Thank you very much.
This is the beginning.
I know you guys think, well, if we don't get him revoked, it'll cost him money. He'll have to pay his attorney to go out there to.
So what happened? Did we miss something news?
Attorney was sent up front in advance. Doesn't matter whether we go to court 1 time or 50 times. So it doesn't cost me anything else. I may have to pay him for the paper when he makes copies of those emails unless they're PDFs already. Hopefully they're already PDFs so that I can just upload them to BitChute. Put the link over here for people.
Landers might be looking at this agreement with you, Earl.
I'm going to go over here and look at the chat. It's weird being on here. I can actually see the chat. So I'm going to look over here. If you guys have questions that I can answer, okay. Keep in mind it's active litigation, so I'm limited in what I can say. I'm addressing the bond revocation because it's so easy. I mean, this judge is going to be pissed when this lady walks in there with this stuff. He's going to be pissed, and it's unfortunate. It's unfortunate that Laporte is so desperate to get me that they try to use this lady and get her into a jam, and that's that's what crooked cops do.
Who is this lady?
What lady?
Don't know.
The DA.
I had been told by a Laporte officer that, the chief had ordered you to get this guy any way you can. Okay.
I've been told.
Yep.
This is what they're trying to do. Trying to revoke my bond and put me in jail so I can sit in jail for 2 or 3 months till we manage to go to trial.
Not gonna happen.
Stupid. Just gets rolled right into the lawsuit. Crooked cops, their ego just won't quit. They just can't take it. They're mad because they think in their minds I made them look bad. They can't accept that I didn't do it. They did it. I'm just the guy that posted the video. They are the ones that did this. And this chief is butthurt because in the end, he may not believe it now, but in the end,
he'll be gone.
He will lose his job.
There you go. Any idea what lady he's talking about? Anybody?
I guess the DA.
There's a designated agent of record that's supposed to be at the case, but there is not one thing new listed on his case since the 2 agents were subpoenaed. So I would have to claim BS on this.
We know who one agent is, and it's a male, the city
manager.
That's
the city secretary.
Right.
Yeah.
And so the other agent, do we know, is that the records person? Is that a female? Is that the lady he's talking about?
Maybe.
It could be, or it could be the lady DA, couldn't it?
That's what I'm thinking, the DA.
Okay.
But there's nothing new in the case.
Because she was suckered into filing for the bond revocation, maybe.
Yeah. Wonder if she'll be fired. Or quit.
Yeah. Yeah, she quit off the case.
So she's going to come to his defense, and she's going to come and, how is this going to explain away anything this lady has to say? Going to explain away all 4 items. Surely she's not involved in all 4 of them, maybe 1 or 2 of them, right? Mm-hmm. But how can she speak intelligently on the 1,000-foot?
She can't, can she?
No. I mean,
I was reading chat, and I'm sorry, go ahead.
It just takes 1. They don't need all 4 to be satisfied for the bond revocation.
Exactly. Yeah.
So how is this lady going to? How is she going to come to his defense on all 4 of the items, or 5 actually? But go ahead. I could be. What's that?
No, I think he said the judge is going to be pissed at her for bringing this in at all. I think he's talking about the DA bringing the charges in.
Yeah, right. Yeah, that's.
Am I right? Am I wrong?
I don't know. Let's listen to this. See what else he has to say.
I was reading chat. What Earl was saying is, he said he's allowed within 1,000 feet because he's media.
That says that on his his probation terms. Sorry, his bond terms. It says except for if you're media and you're allowed within 1,000 feet.
Yeah, he was working.
So they specifically went to court. So he had originally 9 bond conditions. Mm-hmm. They then went to court to add the 10th, which was the 1,000 feet. But they also put in not that you're banned from 1,000 feet, but if you're media, you're not banned. I mean, there wouldn't be much point in putting that in his case, would there?
face is insane. Because if that is the case, of all the hundreds of thousands or how many sex offenders are on all the registry, all they got to do is say, I'm media, First Amendment.
He said he was working.
I get to go anywhere I want to.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah. He was working, walking around pointing flashlights.
God almighty. Can you believe that? That's
calm down. You know, we had the rally and
30 people turned up. Well, maybe just under 30.
It was a parking lot meeting.
There were no issues.
Wish I could find where he said that.
The union tried to start some stuff, but it got diffused quick and shut down.
There was no one there. Oh, no one started stuff. You fucking liar. It was all live streamed by the people. We saw it, you dickhead.
There was no cops. Nobody.
Continually look for that chief to step up and even just take a minute and
for him.
Okay, look, this is out of control. I don't know how we got to where we're at, but how do we turn this around? But you see, he can't do that. His ego won't let him do that.
His ego.
He has, and I already knew. LaPorte PD used to be a good PD, and so I got there, and I was communicating with them on a regular basis.
This is where he inserts himself.
Up until about a week ago, and one of them called me and was talking to me, and I just told him, I said, look, at this point, it's best if you do not have any contact with.
See how he does? They came to me. The poor, they had a good, rapport back then when I was working with them. When I was working with them, they were good, but it's gone sour now. And I had people reaching out to me. Some of the LaPorte police officers calling, reaching out. Hey, look, I can't talk to you right now. Your chief is a crook. I know I'm your only avenue to fix things, and because I'm that important. This guy needs. I mean, where do you get an ego that size? To think that's just amazing.
What are they going to arrest me for? I don't know. If they have to make something up, they are going to arrest you. Reporter for the local paper shows up.
Here we go.
A real reporter.
Yeah.
One of the undercover guys was staying close to the chief. Chief tells this lady,
stay right here.
She says, is that him? And points me out. And she says, yeah, that's the guy. That's the guy. I'm going to have you stand over here in the hallway. You'll be able to get good pictures of him when we bring him out handcuffed.
It's all just, he's just rehashing the whole thing.
Yeah.
Now he's being oppressed by this chief and everybody else, and this big setup. They got the media lady involved. I want to hear the part. I can't rewind it, but I cannot believe that's his excuse tomorrow. Please, I hope he says that out loud.
Can you hear me?
I was working.
Yeah, we can hear you, Frog.
I'll say you'll laugh at this. I asked WTT, was your man trolled into the live stream this evening, or was this all part of the plan at page 785, paragraph 3? and Team LWTT's come back, all planned. He gets a lot more views than you people do, by the way. Earl has 616. Frog and Co have 88.
Yeah, that means obviously, that means that Earl's right.
Gets paid by Shell.
I can't believe that he's done this the night before. I'll tell you what. Well, no, that's a bit crude, actually, if I told you what I'd be doing the night before tomorrow. But you can use your imagination. I wouldn't waste it doing a live stream on YouTube.
No, I wouldn't even be here.
Actually, no.
Hey, how does it work? I could be. If your lawyer has an inclination that, hey, maybe possibly tomorrow might not go well for you tomorrow, pack a bag, or don't pack a bag, or bring a toothbrush. I don't know. make
pack lightly.
You may not be going. How about this? Leave your car at home and catch a ride, kind of thing. I mean,
can you have somebody bring you?
Yeah. You have someone bring you.
The thing I don't get, if there is lots of emails between LaPorte and the DA about how we're going to get this guy, that doesn't make it wrong, does it?
He's a nuisance to the community. He's causing grief and total annoyance to the residents of that town. He's walking them down, fucking with them, and sure, he may find one or two that don't like the cops and to go interview them and shit like that. But by and large, that whole community would be right behind saying, "Look, we hire you guys to rid us of these fuckheads like this." Right, doing that,
and we want you to work out how to get rid of them. And if that's you,
right?
I mean, there's no law that says your cops can't communicate with. Well, this is Texas, I suppose. The Texan cops can't communicate with the Texan DAs. That seemed to be a little stupid to me.
Well, he's kind of working for him for free. What are you talking about?
Yeah. Oh, yeah, that's true.
They had cops come to him. I mean, it's just all bullshit, narcissistic crap.
Yeah, there's nothing wrong with that. If he was minding his own fucking business, awaiting his trial, and not fucking with anybody, do you really think the cops and the DA would get involved to say, "Look, if he screws up one bit, go get him"? No, they wouldn't be fucking with him at all. They're doing it because he's fucking with them. He's fucking with their with their residents. He tried to get the whole community, just like Porter Farmer did down in Mayo, get the whole community against the cops. He tried to get Black Lives Matter involved. Remember that?
Black Lives Matter, yeah.
He said, "I'm getting Black Lives Matter involved." Why? What's the racial issue? Oh, well, they only had 4 cops on the police force. Well, okay, so what's your point? You can't just say that indicates racism. You don't know what the total. You got to look at the total demographics. How many people have applied? Is there discrimination in the hiring practices? How many black people applied? How many were denied? For what reasons? You can't just cite a number and get Black Lives Matter involved. He's trying to punish this town just like Porter Farmer did. He's trying to do whatever he can do to punish this town because he feels like he was,
wrong
or wronged. Yeah.
I hope Earl knows he's going in front of just a judge, nothing else, no jurors or nothing, just the judge. Hope he knows that at least.
Well, I'm sure he knows. Yeah, no doubt about it. Well, I'd love to know. And I remember hearing during the last hearing, was last Wednesday, whenever it was, that they said something about a female in some emails or something. I couldn't figure it out. The sound was horrible. Hopefully it'll be better tomorrow.
I have it back to the first, if you don't, Nathan.
I'm recording it.
Yeah. Back to the first, the beginning.
When he mentions about the bonds and what he's up against on the bonds.
What does he say about the shotgun then? It's just an airsoft.
I'm not sure, Frog. I just caught it. Some people in the chat were saying start at the beginning.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, let's do that then. It's your channel. That's why I didn't want to do it. There you go. God,
I paused them right at the good spot.
That's a good picture. He looks like he's thinking there.
All right, here we go.
Condition that they say I violated was to be in a prohibited zone. What's not covered, it was never put in the document. However, it is in the court records. We've already pulled the court records, and it is in the court records. And keep in mind, we're on our fifth or sixth assistant DA, prosecutor. So the one that's here now was not the one that was there when these bond conditions were established. So she's clueless. She doesn't even know.
Okay.
God.
But it is in the court record that the judge said, I could violate, as long as I'm working, if I'm there for work purposes.
Yeah, but you weren't, were you?
Not a violation of my.
You weren't there for work. How do you prove that's work?
Prohibited zones.
Yeah, work.
So.
Oh my
I'm
God!
not worried about that.
Not worried about it. Of course, you're worried about it.
In every instance, I was engaged in media work.
Media work.
He's an entertainer, don't you know? He's an entertainer.
I thought he was an activist.
Yeah, so did I.
Well, I thought they were just out walking for the night, taking a stroll.
Well, that's what they told the cops at the time, isn't it?
Yeah. No, I nailed it. I could be nailed it. Nope, you're right. I could be.
Yeah.
That's right. You nailed it. He said he told the police when they came in and interviewed him for detainment. He says, "We are simply out enjoying the evening."
Exactly.
For his walk. He didn't say anything about being on assignment for his media career. He said nothing about that on the 31st or the 21st. Neither one. He said he was on media assignment. He said, "Can't people? This is America free. Can't we just go out for a walk? We're just having a walk, enjoying the evening.
That's right.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Not working.
If they get a hold of that, he is so busted. All they got to do is listen to the video.
I'm sure they have.
And or other work-related things. The other thing that they have brought up, hold on, let me pull something up here to show you guys.
The weapon
is,
yeah, I would say.
It's just a picture that is
bait to try and hook LaPorte PD, and they actually did well. Okay, they left me alone. They knew it was bait, and that should have been the end of it. They didn't fall for the bait.
Abuse of a 911 system. Isn't that abuse of a 911 system when you bait residents into calling 911, knowing full well that there's not an emergency, no need for a call for service?
This is him beside the road with the shotgun. Yeah, this is what he's going to say. So, play it.
All right.
Should have been the end of it. Instead, what they did is they took that bait and they fed it to the district attorney and told her that I was out there with a firearm. And they know it's not a firearm. They know if they really thought that was an actual firearm, they would have arrested me on the spot.
You don't know that.
You don't know
No
that.
doubt about that at all.
Hang on, pause it.
Not all cops know your bond restrictions.
There's the bond. There's not all cops know he's a felon. And did they arrest Jack Miller on the spot?
Right.
Or did they go to his house 12 hours later with a search warrant?
Yeah.
And yeah, exactly.
Cops do not have to arrest you on the spot.
That's right. They can
talk
to me, get it right. Yeah, the next day.
So far, we've had him. Obviously, the going for a walk at night. He's totally pulling at strings there, isn't he? I was doing media. He's totally unsure about the shotgun because at the end of the day, it's not what the cops believe; it's what the judge believes, and the judge is going to hear your words, Earl.
Mm-hmm. Okay, he's up for 3.
He really he's pretty weak tonight, I reckon. The story's not even good.
Yeah. Let's think. What is he trying to do here? Is this a way? Is his way of getting out ahead of the things? He knows he won't be able to talk tomorrow. He won't because he'll be on the record, be a court hearing, and his attorney will be there. Is he trying to just tell his people this, or is he trying to?
I'm just wondering if this is. Oh, I might not be here tomorrow, so this might be my last chance pre-trial, and I'll be able to get my people, and I'll be able to phone out from jail to say it's all a conspiracy and all the rest of it.
Donate.
Yeah, tyrant.
The Josh Abrams thing. That's what Josh Abrams, exactly what he did when he knew he was going up the river for a while. He was out there doing just this on the fucking all the time, going live, talking about it.
But then he got his phone privileges taken away.
Yeah, he did.
See what else he has to say. I want to see about the gun.
It's well documented what I have. There are actually police officers that have seen it, and we have some people showing up at court to testify.
Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter what they've seen you with.
You won't have witnesses tomorrow.
Yeah.
Here we go.
I don't have it here to show.
Okay, so hang on. Let's have a look at that. The first thing to notice is that doesn't have the brake on it. Yeah.
It's got the flash suppressor on the front of it.
No, he had a brake at the tip.
And
That's right.
Actually, I never went into that, but potentially the break that he had on the tip is a federal criminal offence. Yes, because under their gun laws, although an airsoft rifle itself may not be, is not covered, the additions to firearms are in a different section.
Yeah. I mean,
So-
Texas,
so if it,
you can't add that or something. I agree. Who knows?
So
Up to the judge.
the break itself could be a federal offence. Obviously, we're not talking about federal tomorrow, but the picture he's showing there is not the picture of the firearm in the condition that he had it on the day. And if I was going to make a video this evening and put up a picture, I think I'd make that picture look identical to what I had on the day.
Why is he showing a picture of it? Why doesn't he just pick it up and show us?
Yeah.
Why is that?
Yeah.
Right. Exactly.
Probably
Do they
because
have
he's probably given his airsoft to his attorney, hasn't he?
My guess, or somebody's got it, or for some reason.
Yeah.
To his house.
I mean, as I've said, what he had on the day could well be in the Galveston Bay now. I mean, if I was him, I'd have chucked it into the Galveston Bay. Not that
But being in 1,000 yards charged twice is what's going to get him. I guarantee it.
Yeah. Well, he's definitely he's banged for rights on that. Surely he's banged for rights on the CPS thing.
Yeah.
And I
I'm looking at
words.
what he has on the screen. Do you think that that's a photo that he took of his? I'm looking at the bottom there. It looks like there's 2 or 3. Is this something? I wish he could zoom in on this, or maybe he'll make it closer. No, just kind of hit play. See if he gets
Take a pic screenshot of it.
That is a photograph of it.
What are you wanting to zero in on?
He said it's a photograph of it. Okay, but is that something that's on the internet, or is that actually it? I'm trying to look to see what the.
That's
looks
not
like
the
his,
same photograph that I've seen of what allegedly was his gun.
No, that's a different one.
Yeah.
Is that something that is on the look at the bottom? Is that something he found on the internet?
It doesn't look like
you have other pictures to the right and left. I mean, it doesn't look like something. Look at the top, the arrow to the right. It looks like he's on like some kind of Google image or some kind of image, like a website that has images, and it looks you.
Yeah, I don't know. I can't.
And
see
what's
it. It's
created that shadow? Is it being held?
It's floating.
It's floating, isn't it? Something's creating
That's
that
what it
shadow.
looks like.
I could be wrong, but it doesn't look to me that's from his photos on his phone. It just doesn't.
Although is that the inside of the rape shed? I don't know. Hard to tell.
He's making his case for his fans, is what he's doing.
Yeah. And those shells will look similar to the shells that he was loading, but
Is it me or that the I just call it a flash suppressor right now on the tip? That looks round to you, doesn't it?
Yes, does
And
to me.
it was like a box square. I mean, it was
oh
more-
yeah, no, that's definitely different from what he had on the
yeah,
day.
that's a different tip.
Yeah.
Judge.
A photograph of it.
But he said the judge is going to be mad, so.
Preponderance of the evidence. Remember that.
You have. Hold on, let me show you.
What's he got here then?
This is the bolt for it. See that red circle? That is
the
a
air
charging
charging.
port for CO2.
CO2s.
Let me show you what I do have an empty shell for one of them.
But you don't have the gun. I don't understand that part. I'd be going, this is the gun they're talking about. See this right here?
All right.
And
different color.
Who's to say that he hasn't, tooled around with a real? Who's to say he hasn't tooled around with either gun to make it look like something different? It's his words.
They do, yeah. People on the internet make those shells right there. They cut the tips off of them and fill them with other stuff. And deadly. Yeah.
He called it the 12 gauge. He was the one.
Yeah. He was fronting.
Idiot.
But it is for the same item. See the emblem? And looky, no primers,
That's a different shell. That's a different shell than what he had on the day. They were a maroon red.
Yeah, like the ones were in the picture.
Yeah.
They also up here was solid.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't see no big round hole in the ones that he was loading.
No.
It's too large.
Just
It is
smoke
straight
and
through,
mirrors.
This has a fitting in it. Hold
Look
on.
the other way.
Yeah, it does look larger, doesn't it?
No, I can't get it.
Yeah.
Anyhow, that is for air pressure. Okay. Paintball gun. Sorry, paintball launcher. Paintball launcher. Hold on. I got one here.
Weak.
Same color. Oh, is what I had that day.
All right, so it's going to get a red one here.
Yeah.
No, it's not. But again, you can see.
Oh, he hasn't. So what's he done with the ones he had that day then?
Yeah.
Same place where the gun is.
What, in the Galveston Bay?
If he was small.
Look how late you've kept me up.
Blame Naven.
Yes, free man. Now it's a launcher, not a 12-gauge shotgun, and he's going to protest, and he can't carry it inside the firearms inside the police station.
Let's have a look, you guys. Just a second here.
I mean, we're just speculating. Who knows? We'll find out tomorrow. Yeah, Teresa, that's what I'm saying. Where's the red ones? Why is he showing us pictures? Why isn't he picking up the gun?
And if he really wanted to bait the cops, like towards the end of his little protest, he'd have gone into the car park. He'd have gone into the lobby. I mean, that's his normal he wants the interaction, doesn't he? He doesn't want no interaction.
Let's see if we can see what the shells look like.
Yeah, keep it playing because I do. I've actually got some stills from
red
this.
there.
They are red.
Man.
I've got some stills, some close-up stills and on. I'll send them to you quickly. I might drop out StreamYard, that's all, if I do that.
Sure.
Do you want me to do that?
Yeah. I like to bring the still up just to compare, if you don't mind.
See what Alex says in chat, private.
Yeah, I see that. How's I could be tonight?
Doing good.
Good.
Just chilling out with the dogs.
Right on.
Living in my garage that's owned by the race team owner.
Living in your garage.
Yeah.
I just sent that to the wrong person. I just sent it to Alex.
No news.
What do you want me to do with it? I can't even get my Fraslin avatar up.
She's been giggling all night.
They look like shotgun shells, like Teresa said. That's what they look like to me. I'm going to rewind it a minute. I just want to get back here.
Well, he said it was, and it looks like it. Unless you're an expert and can tell right offhand, Plus, he's telling you it is. What are you going to believe?
Yeah. Yeah, exactly.
Is he lying now, or was he lying then?
Exactly.
Okay, Frog, I got it. I'm just going to watch this for a second, then I'll bring up that still.
But like I said twice before, why doesn't he just pick up the real gun that he has sitting in his living room and say, "This is it right here"?
Look, did you get a sign of the break on it? Then maybe it'll come in again.
Yeah, backwards. Or whatever it was. Yeah, that thing's huge compared to one that's in the picture.
He'd have to have someone else pick up his real gun and take it to court, or he would be in violation again.
That's right. Absolutely. No, you're right. So I got the picture here, Frog. Let's have a look here. So here's the picture.
He did.
Let's blow it up, see what we see.
Obviously, that's a still from a video. That's, you know, so it's not going to be top quality.
Yeah. No, I mean, it's red like a typical shotgun shell.
Yeah. Yeah.
Now,
Yeah.
you can get airsoft.
Yeah.
Shells like that. I mean, that
Yes.
doesn't prove one way or the other. It's just, you know, that's why his words come in. That's where his words are so important.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
And tomorrow, it's the preponderance of the evidence. It's not beyond reasonable doubt.
Yeah. So could be those 3x10.
Got a lot of writing on it. Why didn't we see the writing on it?
Yeah, they've got a lot of writing, haven't they?
It was the backside.
I can still see writing on those.
Yeah. So maybe that's what he was. Yeah, you're right. It's still his. Man, they're $3 a piece, basically. A little over $3 a piece.
It's more than real 12 gauge.
Yeah, there's not much right in there.
Yeah, you can't see nothing.
Yeah.
And the metal isn't as, I don't know.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Yeah. That's true.
Let's see what this pissed off judge shits tomorrow.
Yeah, he didn't seem to be too pleased about it, you know, so. Well, I think that's it, guys. I think we covered pretty well everything we wanted to cover.
Great
job. I think so.
Great job.
I tell you, this was my first ever panel, the first time my voice has ever been heard on YouTube, and y'all have made it an absolute pleasure. Thank you so much.
Yeah, you were having fun.
Yeah.
You have too. Yeah, that was fun.
Yeah, it was great to have you up here, Alex. I was surprised.
Did I? I think I forgot. I think I forgot something.
Oh, what?
Did you all know that Earl's a convicted felon? He's a rapist. Did you know that?
It's against the law to mess with your kids, also in Texas.
Your kids.
He seems pretty confident tomorrow. He seems like it's going to go well for him by his demeanor, what he's saying. Of course, that's Earl.
Yeah.
Seems to be like tomorrow is going to be a big win for him, and he's going to roll it right into the lawsuit that he has coming against the board. So it's going to work out to his favor. He's going to be even richer because of this.
$54 million. That's what he's getting.
Yeah. I think Eric Brandt has won more than Earl has in legal claims. I think Earl won $400 or something. I think that's his maximum so far.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, thanks, guys. It's been great.
Cheers,
everybody that is in the chat. Appreciate everyone that come to the show. And that's about it. Anybody else get anything else to add? I'm gonna end this. So
we may be having it tomorrow night.
Well, we could. Yeah.
We can do it tonight.
Yeah.
Then we can pick out the lies.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah. All right, guys. Have a good night, everybody.
Thank you.
Good night.
All right.
See you, chat.
See you later, chat.
See you, chat.